On this episode of The Bender Hour.
Like, okay, that one part where they like fucking Peter's using like the now machines, like fix him in place. He's like, get away from me! If you touch me, I swear. And, like he touched him, he goes, ugh. And like, did it work?
And then you just see like a wet spot like forming in his pants.
Bucky shows up, he like grabs Bucky by the throat, like fucking Vader.
Throttles him. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he grabs him by the throat, shakes him like for a couple seconds, and he's just dead. And he unleashes his hands.
And then he gets like both the Winter Soldier.
Like, and I'm pretty sure he even actually like because he does make like one other cameo appearance that like I know of. Yeah, okay, you see like the boot.
Yeah,
no. You remember like the boot camp part?
Shut the
Like,
fuck up.
No. You gotta hear me out here. You remember the boot camp part?
By the way, Ryan, did you even like find out if you had anything?
Like the snap? Is that
No,
what you're asking?
an idea.
Oh, the answer was no.
Terrific.
As if that's ever stopped me.
All right.
Well, what's on the chopping board today?
So, I have a thing that I want to talk about. Something that I've seen a lot recently. That's kind of been getting to me, and the only term I could think of calling it, just because what I wrote down for it, is just like ball-centric advertising.
I think I know what you're
And I don't know
talking
if you
about.
know what I'm.
I
Are you
do.
talking about like Manscaped
Yeah.
type shit?
Like
Like
not
underwear?
even just mans, but yeah, I've been seeing the fucking underwear, and that's what started it. Where it's like it's underwear made with hemp, and the ad pitch is like, oh, like your normal underwear that you buy is making your balls shrink. So like buy our underwear instead because it'll give you bigger balls.
That's a fucking scare
Yeah.
tactic.
It's like a scam.
and
Scare
there, but that's like
tactic.
scary. I mean, personally, was only when someone says that like my balls are shrinking, that's when my ears perk up and I start listening.
You're like a fucking like
Like who can see
deer
him?
in the the woods with someone stepping on a
I
twig.
can see him.
I mean, I guess I'd be worried too if someone
But-
else was noticing my balls shrink.
I mean, like I've seen like that underwear that's like it's got like an expanded ball pouch, where like
I've been thinking about buying one of those. I'm not gonna lie.
You don't need
It
it.
worked.
Nah,
The propaganda
I got a
worked.
small cock but really big balls, so I need a pouch to put them in.
Fucking like
I got the
kangaroo.
ultimate combo.
Because that's how, like all the commercials go. They're like really like they always gotta like talk in the same manner. Like, don't you hate it when your balls get cramped in that labeled underwear? Get this new fresh ball-centric underwear. And I know there's like soap for it too. Like, are you tired of smelling? Like, are you tired of your balls
I've
smelling
been seeing this
gross?
so like that high school soap is like making your balls shrink.
No more, man.
Why is
What?
that like always the tagline? Like it's making it shrink, wouldn't it?
I don't
Like,
know.
Are you sure you're not
The-
hearing like mishearing
Stink.
stink? Yeah.
No, they're talking about like shrinking and like your underwear or your soap or your deodorant. Like it's a fucking everything. They're like, oh, like it's decreasing your testosterone production and your balls are shrinking. So like buy our stuff because it's not harmful for you.
Yeah, ball stench is like that's like a source of pride. You know, ball size though, that is a scare tactic.
Ball size is also a source of pride.
Commercial
You know,
starts.
like-
Your balls stink. Nice job, man.
It's it's like how like deers, they grow like the ones with the bigger antlers. They swing them around to scare off the other males.
What are you like
to,
swinging your balls
assert
around like,
their breeding
like a wrecking
rights.
ball?
Yeah, I swing my huge balls around to assert my breeding rights over
know,
lesser men.
When people like talk about swinging their balls around, I always think of like the Transformer movie where like they're under that like big sucking transformer and like you see the huge like metal balls.
Second transformer.
Yeah, like, that's like sucking up all the like
the fucking
bricks.
giant like the huge one, right?
Yeah,
That's made of like 100 like different vehicles. I know what you're talking about.
I don't know if it's made out of like 100 different vehicles.
It's made of
but,
like a bunch of like containers and vehicles. I know.
Something like
Fuckatron, who knows?
it's like the one that like is on the.
It's the one that
sucking
kills
up.
one of the stupid like it kills one of like the Mexican twins, right?
I don't remember.
Like it
I,
Dios
almost
mío.
does or
I
something like
only
that.
remember the one
My
that
bad.
it's the one that's like on top of the pyramid, like sucking up all the bricks, and like I think it's the third fucking movie. But That's the
I know
one
what
we're
you're talking about. I think I used to have that one as like a really big like
Sucking
toy.
Yeah, I have no idea what that one's name is because I don't think it's like
Suckatron.
Suckatron.
Sorry. My bad. Suckatron, roll out.
But yeah, that this like this.
This is a grapefruit video of that guy.
What is Suckatron? Like, what vehicle did it turn into?
A street sweeper.
It turns into an auto
It turns into
blow.
an auto blow, too. Yeah.
It's like how Megatron used to turn into a pistol. Suckatron turns into an auto blow that you can use.
You know, it was kind of bullshit how Megatron and like also Soundwave, like they were just able to transform into like much smaller things. Like Soundwave could transform from like this big ass robot to like a tiny ass cassette player.
I never understood, like, why the fuck does Megatron, or like originally, turn into a gun? Like, why does the leader of the group turn into a tool that someone else has to use? Like, that's so fucking stupid.
Because I think the original Megatron, from what I remember, he used to be like a gladiator. And like when they would do like dual gladiator things...
He would turn into a gun and then just lay on the floor
No,
and do
because
nothing.
like you don't usually do 1v1s in gladiatorial things unless it's like that's part of the challenge. Like you would do like, 2v2s and like, like big fucking Royal Rumbles.
Glad he's adhering to, like, actual historical gladiatorial combat, not, like, robot alien gladiatorial combat.
Yeah, he's like Roman or something. I don't know. But yeah, it was just like a super gun that was like really good for it's called being support.
Wouldn't
he's
it be
a
better?
support player.
Yeah, but he's the leader.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
it be
and
better
he's
if they could just
supporting
like, wouldn't it make more sense if they could just like transform to like a halfway point? Like, wouldn't it be better if he can like while he was still mobile, just like turn his arm into a gun, or if like Optimus Prime could just like turn his lower half into a fast as shit, like fucking like big rig. Like, what's the point of like fully committing to turning into the item?
So there I think there was
Didn't
a
they do that in the Michael Bay movies though? Don't they like sometimes like they halfway turn?
No. So there was a video game where they could like halfway turn. Like there was like three
That was the
different
Commodore
forms.
64.
No. Oh shit! Actually, that wasn't a Transformer game. That was like some fucking other game that I don't remember the name of. It was not a Transformers game though. I'm bugging.
Stupid.
Yeah, they really did the Transformers dirty in those fucking movies too. Like all the Decepticons just suck.
Why is that?
Well, because like all the mainline ones that like you'd actually give a shit about, like either die instantly or have like zero fucking like zero like screen time. Like Soundwave is like almost the second in command. Like if it wasn't for Starscream, Soundwave would be like the second in command because he's just like a loyal ass like awesome dude. And fucking...
I always thought they did Starscream dirty when they fucking introduced when he's just like an old man who just sits there and complains the entire time.
So Starscream, like, he's supposed to be like somewhat capable of like a fighter. He's just like always an underhanded fucker. But like Soundwave, for example, and Shockwave, they both get like killed instantly, and I think like Soundwave has maybe like 3 lines in the whole Michael Bay series, and that just like pissed me off. I was like,
sorry,
are you fucking
my
kidding
bad.
me? like the chief communications officer for the fucking Decepticon just never fucking talks. He just sits up as like a satellite the whole time.
Well, they're the bad guys. They're not supposed to win.
I mean, they like can kind of win. Like they won in the original like Transformers movie a little bit when they like fried Optimus Prime.
Yeah, but he's also like, Optimus Prime is like the guy, so it makes sense that he's gonna like, get his ass beat and then like make the comeback at the end, because that's just like how you write a movie.
Yeah, but like in this one, like they didn't even get their ass beat in the beginning. Like they just fucking dunked on him. I think Bumblebee like shoots him in the head and he blows off his fucking head. And that's another thing. Why is it fucking Bumblebee all the time? Like where's fucking like Hotshot? Like that's supposed to be like the main dude.
The yellow car.
No, he's not a yellow car. He's like a
I think
red...
wasn't someone else a yellow car, and like because I remember when the movies came out, that was what I was thinking. I remember somebody
it was Ratchet.
else being a yellow
It was
car.
Ratchet, the medic.
Yeah, and then they introduced Bumblebee, and I was like, who the fuck is Bumblebee? Like, who is this guy?
as someone who like,
How come they never had the balls to bring in Rodimus Prime into the
Rodimus
movies and just
Prime.
like completely sideline Optimus Prime?
but someone who knows literally fucking nothing about Transformers, I've seen none of the movies.
Yeah.
All I know is that like Bumblebee always seems like the face of the series because that's like all I'd ever see on like the fucking trailers.
And he like really
Dude,
shouldn't
he like
be.
speaks in radios and it's like quirky, bro.
Yeah, like just
He
like
speaks
no
in
one could
music
get
and
like no
radio,
one
he's
could get enough
quirky.
Bumblebee like back when those movies like first started like showing up.
And you know why do they never look for Energon anymore? That was another thing. Like, you know, you'd always hear like they were like only there to take the Earth's resources and convert them to Energon cubes. Like, but you never hear about that. Like, you never hear Megatron go, "I need that Energon." Like, you never hear him say that ever.
In the Michael Bay movies, aren't they like trying to convert Earth into a new fucking whatever planet they come from? I don't even remember, dude.
They
I'm gonna be honest, I'm way out of my league in this conversation because I also know fucking nothing about
I know
the
like a
Transformers.
decent amount. I'm like
And
carrying
the
this
worst part
conversation.
is this, you know, this isn't even like a situation like the Mandalorian where I've like seen all the clips on YouTube, so I'm like completely like
You're like
blind.
so in the dark. Alright. We don't have to continue on this because like I don't want to. to, like-
One extremely minor thing. I was thinking about this like an hour ago, and I was kind of like laughing to myself about it. Like on this, you know, I guess because it's technically segueing from like big rigs to this. I was thinking about that one scene from SpongeBob where they're fucking trying to deliver the pizza, and they gotta stop like that one truck. And just like that part where Squidward has the gall to say, he's stopping, but the thing is like
what does he say? Like Russian break dancers.
yeah, like Russian dancers, and he just like floors it, and Squidward's like, he's stopping.
Well, you know, sometimes like when stuff is coming towards you, like it's kind of hard to see, like, you know, the perspective.
I don't know if it works like that. I don't think like Squidward's like a fucking owl, and he's like bob his head up and down to get depth perception.
He's a squid. I don't think squids have like the best vision.
Yeah, but he's also like an anthropomorphic like fucking creature.
He's not a squid, he's an octopus.
Yeah, he is an octopus.
Get it fucking right.
Oh fuck. Is he not? Is he not?
Yeah, he is an octopus. Because remember,
He is
there
an
are
octopus.
squids. Like remember, like that one like squid lady who's like always like the generic in the background.
Oh
They-
yeah, actually, kind of.
Yeah, they just so happen to name all the octopus like with squid names. That's a good joke. He's stopping. Like an asshole, just like run this guy over.
Yeah, you're right. He's an octopus. I like looked it up. Just, like,
Yeah, you really have to look it up.
yeah, kind of. You know, sometimes you could be like, I gotta like fact check, guys, because you could be like trying to gaslight me. Zero trust, absolute bottomed out zero.
That's completely fair. It's just that, like, I'd say that particular shred of knowledge would be as if like you didn't know that like a tomato is considered a fruit today. You know, that's kind of like an old like thing. Like you know, Squidward's actually an octopus.
Yeah, like the tomato thing. That's like just for like burger enthusiasts to say that like the burger covers all food groups.
But what about lettuce and onions?
That's for vegetable.
Yeah,
But I'm
Oh,
saying,
yeah.
I mean,
but what I'm
it's-
saying, like,
for the fruit part.
in
tomato is
theory,
the fruit.
in theory, you could make a burger that does like give you all of your nutritional needs in one
Yeah.
meal.
I'm talking about just food groups because you know you got like your
Uh,
fruits, you got your grain, you got your meat,
grain.
you got
yeah,
vegetables.
and it's all right there on the burger.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying it's for burger enthusiasts. That's the only reason why they made like that a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be like one hell of a conspiracy.
It's not really, because tomatoes are just straight up fruiting bodies. They are fruits.
Okay, burger enthusiast.
Are you not a burger
There's like
enthusiast?
a physiological difference between a fruit and a vegetable.
Yeah. I'm like hearing your fucking McMoney
Yeah,
coming to your
fucking
account right now.
Big burger.
Yeah, you're part of Big Burger. Not saying I'm not a burger enthusiast, but you know, I don't work for the Burger Man.
Fucking really wish you were getting a sponsorship deal from like
Dude, I
you know, Big
wish.
McDonald's.
Big burger.
From just Big Burger.
That'll be our rival company to Beast Burger.
Big
We'll just make
Burger.
Big
Isn't
Burger.
Beast Burger like already like going under?
I hope. I hope it's like Wahlburgers, because it probably like tastes like ass too, just like Wahlburgers.
Have you ever been to Wahlburgers?
Yes, I have, and they gave me the driest burger I've ever eaten. That was horrible.
Yeah, I went there once and it was just like mid.
It was.
I
worse
wanted
than
to try it
mid.
and I never did.
Like you go there, they hand you a menu that has like 5 things on it. Like it might as well just say burger in like Times New Roman, like right in the middle.
Like big ass fucking burger.
Yeah, like, that's it. It's like that's all you're getting.
It's like fucking Shake Shack, or have you ever been to like Smash Burger?
No.
I
No.
fucking hate those places.
You ever been to?
Because like the food isn't bad, but it's like $15 for a fucking burger,
Yeah.
Like,
and then
that's
you have
like
to
all
pay
burger
extra for
places now.
fries and a drink.
And the line is also like
yeah, but
always
it's
huge.
it's like a McDonald's size burger. It's not like you're going to like a local diner and getting like a huge ass burger.
I mean, McDonald's is
Like
damn
it's like a
too.
tiny ass burger, and it's like $15.
The sad part
plus
is
like $5 for fries, plus $5 for a fucking drink, and it's like and then it's like a mid burger.
the sad,
It's like what the fuck? Like
thing is that
burgers are
price-
supposed to be cheap.
that price is kind of like sounds like on the lower end nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
But
if you.
dude, I went to a sports bar the other day to get a burger, and it was $15 for 3/4 of a pound.
Yeah, that's like
Like
average,
it was a
dude.
huge fucking burger. Yeah, but Smash Burger is like it's like a fucking slider. It's borderline
You're
slider.
paying
and it's
for the fast food
$15.
convenience.
It's horseshit,
I know it's horseshit, but
and we don't have to stand for it.
you're
That's
supposed
why I
to
don't
sit
go to
for it.
fucking Shake Shack or Smash Burger. That place sucks.
It doesn't matter. You go in like their back room. There's like printing money.
The
like, on top of
Biden
receiving, like,
You got the
economy.
Gmod money printers.
like,
you can
like
hear
the
them when you're
farting
ordering
ones.
your
Yeah,
meal.
You got like the police like ready to raid the fucking burger joint. Yeah, I kind of like miss doing that in Gmod, just like
Yeah.
ruining people's
You know,
day.
you can always do it. Just the problem is you have to
Like
download the Gmod.
Reinstall Garry's
reinstall
mod.
Garry's mod. Reinstall the source files. Download all of the useless bullshit, and then sit through like 90 gigs of like uncompressed full audio that they'll never use in their servers.
Yeah, it'll be like, Shrek
Yeah.
hello there dot like,
Yeah, just
Like,
like
all-
the
like
one
MP3.
Shrek donator class that no one ever uses. Completely uncompressed 9.4 gigabyte sound file.
you have to download it. Like,
Yeah, and then Clone Wars RP like 140 gigabytes of the entire John Williams score of every movie.
and like they have like every that like, custom clone regiment that they don't even use too. Like,
Yep. It's like, you might as well just like have everything. You never know when you'll need it.
you
And
never
then,
know
like,
when
okay.
we can like try to scam more people into like buying a donator rank or something.
Yeah, all that just so it'll take it 25 minutes to get into the server.
Yeah.
Just so we could take it down at like 7.
Yeah, just so you can get like kicked out because some dude who actually pays is like gets higher priority on the queue.
It's been a long time since I've had like a queue game where like you have to like sit there and just wait.
I mean, it's probably because like just playing fucking War Thunder. That's the thing. Like like how often are you playing something like I don't know, like an FPS multiplayer or something like that, where you actually gotta like wait like a minute or two? It's really not too often. And we were playing fucking like MCC like 2 days ago. We had to wait like a godly amount of time.
That's not like a queue. That's not what I'm talking about.
I was just searching for a match.
Yeah, that's because like
I mean, but you try to get into like a big server on like fucking Rising Storm, and it's still
Well, yeah,
like,
that can
fucking
take forever. That game's just like,
waiting.
yeah, horrible fucking queue shit. Just another game to like wait all this time just to get in like team kill.
trying to tell me you don't like team killing.
I love it. I don't think any of us can deny that.
I certainly can't.
It's what we're best at.
I team killed Ryan today actually
Yeah, he
in
did.
War Thunder.
Yeah, he got in his 8-10 and he fucking blew me away.
It was like the one kill I got with the A10 in that match too. It's just Ryan spam fired rockets at him and he blew up.
Honestly, anytime the both of us are like in a drone, I'm always like trying to like chase down Ryan.
I like told Matt about that earlier.
And that was another thing. Like, I ran into Ryan's drone with the A-10 too and like clipped both of his wings.
Yeah, I was telling them about like back when the drones were like filthy. All we'd do is just try to like crash into each other or try to shoot our missiles at each other like at the end of the match. Can't do that shit anymore. I mean, you probably could. It would be like impossible.
Gotta keep the tradition alive of crashing into your helicopters.
Oh yeah, that they can't stop me from.
Helicopter players deserve it.
That's not true. Especially my teammates who are never gonna like do good ever.
Yeah, it's like always like the red team helicopters that are good.
Fucking hate the red team. I don't know what it takes to like be a part of that.
Yeah, I wish I was on red team. I like just win every match.
I'd love to see the stats of, like, Gaijin, like in their deep fucking subterranean server room where it says, like, the win ratio between, like, the colored teams.
I like to see the deep servers where, like, our names are, like, on a list.
Etched.
Like what we did to get put on that list.
I know exactly what we did to get on that list, but I don't think we can repeat it on here.
Yeah, go to like that.
What have we done to Gaijin? We've done nothing. It's not like we were like on the forums like complaining about their game.
I think what we've done to Gaijin is that on several occasions we've like specifically taken out their agents in game in moments where we were destined to die by their hands. We thwarted fate, and now because of that, all three of our baby pictures are on like a fucking dartboard somewhere in like their president's office.
What is this, like Final Destination? Like we like survived the one time we should have died, and like now the Gaijin has to hunt us down. Like
yeah. They tell your Final Destination. I just think of like the Smash Brothers arena. So I was like hearing like that music playing. Like they send out like 100 goons to like murder us.
Talking about that like ass movie series.
Someone like the
I know that's what you're talking about.
I will say, like, the only cool thing was when they tied in, like, the last movie to the first movie. Because, like, they never actually said the date of the last movie. And then it, like, ends with the main characters of the current movie, like, being on the plane that's, you know, kickstarts, like, the whole series. That's it, though. The rest of those movies are garbage.
Like... Sega's got to put out like a Sonic 3 movie, and if they're just gonna like have Sonic just like kill Mario.
I hope so.
Nobody expects it, you know.
I'm really scared because I'm really scared of a Sonic 3 because I mean, have you seen either of them?
I have not.
Sonic 1 or 2. Because like, you know, Sonic 1 is like whatever. Sonic 2 is actually like pretty decently based off of the original Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but they ended it by foreshadowing Shadow.
Oh, great.
Which means that they're going into
the
Sonic Adventure 2 for the third movie.
That's frightening.
And then, like, and that's frightening because that means they're probably going to have Rouge.
When are they going to put Sonichu in there? That's relevant today.
It is relevant.
Oh, they did have fucking, they did have Sanic in the first movie.
Did we mention that? Yeah, they did.
Yeah, Chris Chan's home free.
Chris Chan is free.
His case, it's not enough that he's free. His case was dismissed, and he did not get any kind of, like, standing order after the fact. He's not on a registry list. He was not getting any, like, mental health, like, standing orders to follow. He's just completely off.
Scot-free.
I wonder what happened. Like, do you think that his lawyer was like, Your Honor, like, my client is just too retarded to have been able to do this himself?
I mean, I would assume he didn't say it like that, but that probably was his argument. Like, they probably said it was like a mental.
I feel like it's either that or
deal.
like the judge didn't want to be canceled for being transphobic, so.
But you know,
the case.
I feel like even then, even if he was like retarded, like, or that was like his, you know, I know he's retarded, but like if that was his defense, say, like, I still believe he would have to go to some sort of like, at least evaluation, at the very least.
You know,
I mean, like, he confirmed himself that he like.
Okay, well the thing is,
dementia mom.
The thing is, in a room, like, it's something you don't really think about too often, but I had to like actually learned about this. Even a self-admittance of a crime isn't enough to get you like sentenced. There still needs to be actual like, physical evidence. So there genuinely might be a case.
They never did like a fucking pussy swab.
Yeah,
of his
like that's the
mom
thing. There might
afterwards.
genuinely be a case where they just didn't get enough evidence out of it, and like his word alone wasn't enough. So that's probably why they dismissed it. I wouldn't doubt if that's how it went down. Like swab, like it's swab his mom's pussy. Like it's probably been like months. You know.
I don't know. Chris made it sound like it was a pretty like frequent thing happening in that house.
Yeah, but he's also like critically autistic, so who's to know if he like didn't even have like the the moxie to do it every now and then.
What if he like genuinely didn't do it and he was just like lying for like the online
Yeah, lying
clout?
for the clout.
Yeah, like I mean that's like possible.
Yeah, maybe in his eyes, like yeah, that's the clout he wants. It's, like,
He's trying to spread a message of free love.
Oh, that love was free, all right.
Not right.
Come and get your love. But I was there.
I don't know where his story's gonna lead next.
This is why we desperately need a finish season 2 of the animated series.
I don't know. I don't know who's making that. I mean, maybe in like a few years.
Spaz Kid isn't because he's a fucking bitch.
Yeah,
but...
like maybe in time if like AI shit gets better, maybe it'll like become possible. Like maybe I can like.
Look at my planet doing on the big planet.
It's like this horribly compressed screen. You can like hardly see what it says.
Just like can't do any of those like moans. It's not right.
That's like actually what happens in the fucking that's that might be the genesis of the moan when it comes down to it.
No, that's Lester.
Yeah, but we didn't start paying attention to the Lester moan until like way later.
You got like the Lester
We've been doing
moan,
the
you got the
fucking Christian
Kingpin moan.
like fucking anus thing for a long ass time.
Guess so, but now the Kingpin moan is like taking center stage.
It's true.
It is like the.
Can you like it?
You're asking me to demonstrate the Kingpin moan? I could try. I tried to do it earlier. It's like honestly not easy.
It's like not.
Yeah, that's
usually
why like,
possible.
I'm asking you to do it.
He goes like he jumps up on the ladder and he goes like.
I fail. Sometimes sacrifice.
He makes like a noise like that.
Can you like edit in the fucking Kingpin moan
Into
after
the
this?
episode.
Yeah, I can like compare the two.
Yeah, just like put it side by side.
There's gonna be no difference on like the Audacity frequency. It's gonna be complete like perfect wavelength.
Like perfected it, so that no man could best him in the Ring of Honor.
But I think just to get back what I said about like Sonic movie. I really think there's just come a point where people just gotta like stop giving a fuck about copyright and just start killing each other's characters like in their movies. Because I think that would really start bringing in some viewers.
Well, like, just like start like killing other characters.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
what do you
think about it like this. Think about
That's how James Gunn should start his next like Superman movie. They should start with like they hire Robert Downey Jr. to come in as Tony Stark is like, I'm Iron Man, and then like Superman just like pummels him into the dirt and like kills him off
blows them
instantly.
off. Because think about it like this: like everybody on Earth just like loves their fucking cinematic universe mashups. Like nobody can get enough of like Marvel versus DC and all that shit.
I don't know about that because I don't think many of their mashups have.
Well, I'm just saying, like
successful.
even though the movies aren't successful, like people still go fucking gaga over that shit. And look at like Super Smash Brothers, like how popular that is, like on a worldwide stage because it's like, oh, it's everybody. So imagine if we did that for like movies, like they're all just.
Yeah, remember when Einstein was in Oppenheimer and like the crowd like started clapping?
Yeah.
No, because
It was like the interconnected Oppenheimer verse.
Yeah. From the shared Einstein cinematic universe. Yeah, so that's what they got to start doing. That's what Sega does. The third movie comes out, he kills Mario, Sega also like
with a baseball bat.
yeah, he doesn't even like use any of his speed. He just straight up goes up to Mario, whacks his teeth in with a fucking baseball bat, and it like hits the gritty. It rolls credits, and like that's when like Freddy Fazbear shows up in the fucking end credit scene.
Yeah.
I still can't believe they're making that movie.
It's a Miyamoto like in a dark room
Hanging on from a
and
noose.
he's like we need you to
What was that?
I figured it was just gonna be him in a dark room. He's like, "We need you to stop Sonic," and like that's when,
Yeah,
like,
and then
Freddy
Freddy Fazbear's
Fazbear,
his eyes
walks
light
under,
up.
like the
You know
ceiling
why?
light.
Why is
Yeah.
he talking like
And
the?
going,
Why is he talking like the Wii commercial Asians? Like,
We was like, I mean,
I
he's
mean, that
Asian
was
too.
Nintendo. It's all Nintendo, so
Yeah, I mean that's how they sound.
I guess that's like bringing in like the alternate characters for the cinematic universe.
We was like,
yeah, those guys were like the start. They're like the shield agents of like the Nintendo.
Yeah, like that's like
Like-
the agents of like Nintendo.
like, could you imagine like how big like that movie would literally get worldwide attention if it was Mario, Sonic, and like Freddy Fazbear? Like nobody would stop talking about that movie for like the whole like year. like that's the thing. Like they just gotta like start delving into pure stupidity because it'll bring in numbers again.
The thing is, they're gonna be liable to pay both like Nintendo and whoever the dude is that makes
Who cares?
Freddy Fazbear.
Just just
Because
shoot
the Sonic
the movie
movies
somewhere
are
else.
made by Sony, so like then fucking Nintendo's gonna want to like get in on that.
Well, that's the thing. They'll just shoot the movie somewhere outside of like U.S. jurisdiction.
Yeah, but they're gonna have to show the movie in the U.S. to get money for it.
They'll just bribe a ton of like movie theaters. Because like what's stupid?
They could release this. They could probably release this movie in China though, and just like rake in money for it.
Yeah.
Like China already does so many fucking copyright infringements. It probably like wouldn't matter there.
Mhm. And the thing is, like, it would be getting so much money that, like, I think there'd probably be some kind of, like, horrible, like, armistice in the U.S. Like, all these people would realize, you know what? Like, this is making so much money. We'll just all do it. So they just, like, say, fuck the copyright laws. They just all start putting out movies where they're just beating the shit out of each other's intellectual property. Trying to, like, outdo the other. You know, people would finally start, you know, watching the movies again. It would just like blow up. You get to like clip all of it for Facebook. It's getting like 90 million views in like India.
In India, in particular.
Yeah.
Like what people are like vacationing to India.
That's where the movie clips all get fucking like
Sent to.
reposted to.
Yep.
Like you go on Facebook and you see like so many movie clips posted by just like random Indian accounts that always say like best movie clip 2023 on
Yep.
them.
You know,
like,
in
that's
fact-
like the title of the video.
You know, because we end up doing this like every like maybe like 5th episode or so. But I got another like just fucking piece to say about like India real fast. So like any other time I open up Facebook, I always see this one fucking guy who shows up at like, you know, the Facebook clips like or whatever it is, like their like little reels section, and it's this guy who all he does every day is play God of War. He puts himself in like a little tiny box at the bottom left, and like he shows himself like he has a face cam, but it's so tiny you wouldn't actually know he has one unless you looked. He's like, "Hello, playing God of War," and he plays it for like 15 minutes. And in every comment, like it's got like, you know, like 50 million views. Every comment's like, "What's the game? What's the game? What game? What game?" And you know, you go through this guy's. It's all he does every day. God of War. God of War. He's beating the game like every day. Like, what's up, guys? I'm playing
I
God of
think
War.
we've talked about this in like the original like God of War Bender Hour episode. I specifically talked about Indians only playing God of War. Like we've been through
Yeah,
this.
well, you know what?
before.
This is like a good marker to say, like, it's still going strong. And they're still asking what game it is. Like, so that's the market that's gonna, like, see this movie. Like, you've ever seen those videos where it's, like, inside an Indian movie theater, and they're all, like, jumping and throwing, like, roses at the screen, because, like the superhero, like, won?
No.
Yeah, that,
No.
I saw like a video like that where it was like some stupid Bollywood film, and there's people jumping in and out of their seats like throwing shit. They were just going nuts because like the guy won. So that's what we're gonna be doing like, when Freddy Fazbear, like his eyes glow red and he shoots a laser and fries like Sonic's head off.
And meanwhile, here in America, you know, people make fun of other people for like, oh, like you clapped at like the movie.
Yeah.
Really puts it into perspective.
Yeah, maybe any time, next time we ever see a movie, jumping in and out of our seats, causing a ruckus, and ask us to leave.
Hooting and hollering.
Throwing shit, grabbing the guy in front of his head, and I'm twisting it till it kills him.
Oh my god, just murder this person.
Pulling out my 9, firing into the ceiling.
Causing a freaking mass shooting at the theater.
Oh no.
Great. Yeah. Oh, just because
I mean, that is the best way to watch a movie. You gotta be you gotta be the active movie watcher. Stop being a passive little movie bitch, sitting there and not making a noise
don't
the
enjoy the
time.
movie. Just cause a ruckus every time.
Yeah.
I'm just that immersed in the movie, I can't help myself.
Because it's hysterical making a scene in a video game make people mad. So why not do it in real life? Just treat real life like Garry's Mod. Just because most people don't want to be confrontational enough to actually do something about it. They'll kind of just look forward. You're not gonna have that one guy from the first Captain America movie. He's like shut up, and he beats the fuck out of Captain America in the alleyway. Know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
that guy doesn't exist.
Dude, that's exactly what fucking happened. I forgot that's what happens.
It wasn't even
one dude who won't shut up in the movie theater.
And he wins. And the craziest part is about that?
No, he doesn't, because Bucky shows up and punches him.
Yeah,
and
but
runs away.
he still beat the living shit out of Captain America, and that was post serum too.
No. Crazy how you could say that with so much confidence.
And remember, he picks up the vibranium shield and he just punches right through it, and starts decking him. Bucky shows up, he grabs Bucky by the throat, fucking Vader.
Throttles him. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he grabs him by the throat, shakes him for a couple seconds, and he's just dead, and he unleashes his hands.
And then he gets both the Winter Soldier arm upgrade and the Super Soldier serum. He's the new hero of America.
He just goes back in the theater and starts making a ruckus. I would remember that scene because most people don't like to bring up
that was of all the things in Captain America 1, that was the most impactful, because that was the moment you realized holy shit, I can talk when there's a movie going on.
Yeah, and get away with
I
it.
never knew that.
That guy was practically the hero.
Practically.
In fact, yeah. And I think later on in near the end of the movie, you can see him part of the Hydra group.
He's he's the guy,
Yeah. Yeah, he's a real hero.
Instead of the Red Skull taking off the mask and showing the Red
guy.
Skull, it's that guy.
He's cracking his knuckles. He's ready for round 2. He
He's
doesn't even have
Why
the
is he
serum.
wearing the mask of the other guy? Just have a normal face underneath.
To hide his identity. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know why he had to go the whole way and be German, but
Stupid.
Or because Captain America had to tell him to shut up during a movie.
He
he
turns
never
out,
got
hey,
over
He
it.
goes and starts World War II.
It's hey, can you be quiet? I'm trying to watch the movie. And it just cuts to him just bloodied on the ground as this guy looms over him.
What is it, Omni-Man when he's fighting his son?
Yeah, except it's even gorier and it's real.
Trying to tell me that Omni-Man thing wasn't real?
Yeah,
Well, that's-
Chris
well, that's
Evans
animated.
is actually spitting out his teeth.
He actually
He's a
genuinely
method
beats
actor.
up, he beats up Chris Evans.
And he really choked out Bucky and killed him and crushed his windpipe.
They just had to keep recording it because they were under threat too.
They couldn't stop him.
It's alright, that's enough. And he glares over the director.
For that scene, I mean, keep going for the next one.
or you can keep going. He just watched Chris Evans get the shit beat out of him for telling him to stop during the movie, and now like the director's gonna tell him to stop. Like, what does he think is gonna
I don't
happen?
know. You know, like, and I'm pretty sure he even actually like because he does make like one other cameo appearance that like I know of. Yeah, okay, you see like the boot.
Yeah,
no. You remember like the boot camp part?
Shut the
Like,
fuck up.
No. You gotta hear me out here. You remember the boot camp part? Remember like when he
Yeah, he's the drill sergeant.
yeah, and then he goes like grenade. He throws it right at fucking like
Throws a live grenade into the barracks.
He throws it at the ammo depot on base.
And then just Captain America like sprints inside, closes the door behind him, and like everyone's just like looking like in silence for a second, and then he completely blows up.
He like grabs like the box of grenades and starts hucking it inside the barracks while like they're all like lined up. And then he like does the double Roman and says Hell Hydra and blows up too.
Yeah, he runs out in front of the crowd, like rips open his shirt, reveals a fucking suicide vest. Hell Hydra.
He got like so into his Hydra role that he's like actually committing acts of terror.
Like that one part where like, you know, Captain America's gotta like chase down that stupid like submarine and he's running like 30 miles an hour down the road. And then like, remember like that guy's there in like that yellow car and he fucking like hits him.
Remember that like
It
one
bounced
scene
it
of,
off
like,
And then he goes, "Hell Hydra," and drives off after.
Yeah,
that,
then,
like,
he
one-
starts outrunning him.
remember that one scene in Hulk where like he's like running like
What is he
1,000 miles an
chasing
hour?
after Captain America?
Yeah, Hulk's in that scene too. And he's like doing that like massive
Yeah,
like
he's in the
jump thing.
submarine.
No, he's like next to Captain America running after the sub. Doing that like jump run thing that he does where he's like
Doing the
soaring through
stupid
the
jump to try to catch up to it, but like the submarine's still faster.
It's like the USS Obama.
What happens is like mid-jump, like Hulk turns back into Bruce Banner, and the second he touches like the freezing water, his body goes into shock and he panics, drowns, and dies. And the submarine just like speeds up.
You know, one thing that always bothered me in Captain America, this is like a real Captain America thing.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't like. No, like I'm not you, so like I can actually say this.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
You know, how come when he goes like into the water, he like gets like cryogenically frozen? Like, how is he able to survive in the fucking water for how does it stop his aging process? Like he's just in water,
soldier, dude.
Like,
Well, actually,
I think that the thing that they were going for is like he's like a super soldier, so he could just like endure it.
what
for
is he,
some
a
reason.
fucking alligator? Does he like slow down his heartbeat? And
well, he could.
Yeah, he just what you can't see in the movie is that there's two perfect holes in the ice that go directly to his nose, so he was still breathing that entire time.
Wasn't it like 80 years or something?
Yeah,
It's like-
he was completely conscious the whole time. He could just do nothing for 80 years.
That like always bothered me. Like, it's not like he was like picked up like out of the water and then cryogenically frozen until they could like revive him or something. No, like he's just sitting underwater in like a glacier.
And you know,
Might
then
as
at
well
the
be
end,
like a block of ice, like in Scooby Doo, when they like, "Where's the caveman?" Like,
and then there's that part at the end where like he hears the radio, like, and they just won like their third game of the season, and he like looks up at the nurse. He's like, "I hate baseball," and he just sprints out of the fucking place and finds Manhattan.
and then Hulk's there too, sprinting.
Yeah, the Hulk's out there. The Hulk's like laying in the bed next to him. The Hulk's in bed with him.
It's like
He'd
never
look-
Bruce Banner. It's like just always the Hulk.
Yeah, he looks over the Hulk and just goes, "Avengers," and then he's like both sprint out and like, look at Manhattan.
Oh man.
So that Nick Fury is the fucking guy like from the movie theater.
Shield. Avengers.
Yeah, he shakes Captain America's hand, like Avengers, looks at the camera, Shield, and it cuts the credits.
Can't believe you just like described every single Marvel movie.
Well, then at the end, like fucking Thanos like spins around in his swivel chair and just goes like Endgame. Except it's like Ron Perlman, so it's like Endgame.
Why is it Ron Perlman doing the voice for him?
I don't know. Wasn't he like the first Thanos?
No.
All right, it was Ron Perlman.
I think he was.
No, that was Josh Brolin.
That's like the same
So
guy.
Josh Brolin was Thanos in Infinity War and Endgame, but I think it actually did like start out as Ron Perlman.
I don't think it was Ron Perlman. I think that's just the
Like his
easy
first
guess.
his first appearance was Ron Perlman.
Yeah, because originally they were gonna make the whole story about Thanos trying to stop fascism, like galaxy wide, but then they realized at the end that they should change it to him just trying to like kill everyone.
Instead, like he takes one look at Hydra and like by the end he's throwing up both his fists.
He was played by some black guy, Damien.
Oh, Ron
Poiter.
Perlman.
Little Donnie. Like, not every voice actor is fucking Ron Perlman.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the first Thanos was. I think you're just like making stuff up. At least all my stuff is peer reviewed and fact checked.
As per like the YouTube clips section.
Yeah. And I had like Bucky survive like falling like 300 feet, like off of that stupid train going like 200 miles an hour.
Well, it was the snow, you know? He was like falling onto a pillow.
Pretty sure he would have died from the shock.
It's not electricity, it's snow.
No, you don't know that. There could have been like a live wire down there.
I don't like that song.
Look at Bucky just sees like a power surge like outlet like in the building. I wonder what this does. Opens it up, sees like colorful wires,
know.
just grabs it.
Like grabs the wire and puts it in his mouth. Like,
Just nothing left but like the fucking shadow.
Bucky just can't help himself when it comes to power outlets and forks. Like as soon as like, you know, he's like in a random ass house, he just rushes to the
Yeah,
cabinet.
he's like a fucking baby. He just
That's
like
why-
needs to kill himself.
That's why once they gave him that metal arm, they had to keep putting him on ice because he kept like using his metal arm and just sticking his fingers in the outlets.
they had
after
to like
that.
stick
He
him.
didn't need the fork anymore.
They had to like stick like metal rods in or like rubber
In his
rods
ass.
into the into his ass, so he's like grounded.
Yeah, like
And
Yeah,
before
they had to put
punished.
vibrators straight onto his prostate to like try to sedate
Yeah.
him so they could keep him under control.
That's
all
actually
the
where they
stupid
got
code
the
words.
kingpin moan from. It was like the science making with the vibrator in his ass.
like instead of the stupid code words, it's just like that dumb guy just like would shove like a fucking dildo up his ass. Like, no, please no. And he puts it up there.
I guess
Then he becomes-
prostate's finally gotten some rest after like
Yeah,
80
80 years.
years, and like this dude shows up and like starts trying to like finger his asshole.
Yeah, and
No,
he's like,
please.
Yeah, he's like, I need you to become the Sphincter Soldier. No, please don't. He's got him like tied to the thing. Puts like a quarter way up his
All right.
ass.
Monster Girl universe, but you gotta like name every one of the like the code words to like
No one on
activate
Earth can
Bucky.
do that.
Like freight train, boxcar, homecoming.
Right train. You know, I bet if I just like started naming random words, like I'd have a chance.
That's like the only three I remember.
Even those sound like dubious.
It's not.
Winter Soldier.
I do remember like Freight Train and Homecoming, because you know they were trying to like lead to the build up for Spider-Man. So
Yeah, and then how like there's a freight train that kills Peter Parker in Homecoming.
Yeah. I was being like driven by Mary Jane. I'm sorry, her name's like just MJ. She's not actually like Mary Jane.
being driven by Goblin.
You know, is it not
by Mr. Goblin?
Mary Jane? Like, is that not
Mary
her name?
Jane?
No, her
Yeah,
name. No, she's like I don't think like her. I think it's like Michelle Jane. Like, but my friends call me MJ.
Avengers.
Of course they do. Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Homecoming. Let's crack it, Peter.
Was that Doc Ock?
Yeah. That whole movie, like, I mean, it was like alright. It just bothered me how fucking like, just how, what's even the word I'm looking for? Like, just nobody could communicate with each other. Like nobody on Earth could fuck up the communication between like the people like that badly. Like only in that movie could things have gone so like poorly that all the villains acted like how they did. Like, you know, we just want to help you, but you know, villains are like, no, you
I mean, like,
gotta act
kinda-
irrational.
It made sense because
Like
like
none of
two
them only like
are like irrational, but like Sandman had no reason to like act as like upset as he
Yeah,
was.
no,
like,
he did not. Like,
Like,
the
I haven't been
Sandman
with-
one is still stupid, because the whole thing with Sandman is that like he just wanted to get the device to press the button so he could go back to his daughter.
Yeah.
But it's, like, never explained at all in the movie that that's what was happening. And then, like, he just joins, like, the other guys at the end for some reason. It's, like, so fucking stupid.
Yeah, and, like, he already, like, made peace with Peter, too. Like the other villains, like, didn't really make peace with Peter at the end.
No. Well, I mean, Doc Ock kind of did.
Kind of, but he still had, like, that, like, fucked up thing in
Remember,
his
he's
head,
like,
so,
yeah, but like, he shouldn't have been, like, so aggressive because
But
he was
Doc Ock
able to
and-
overpower it at the end.
only in, like, that moment of, like, you know, self-reflection. Like,
He's like, wait,
and,
I'll do it.
and then, you know, Willem Dafoe, like, the Green Goblin, you know, he
Oh.
was, like, already still, you know, crazy. And then the
Crazy
black guy, who I don't
guy.
know. Like, who is that guy?
That was Electro.
Yeah.
It's not like a map in...
You talking about Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, that guy.
Electro?
You're gonna say from
yeah.
Rust.
No, that's from, Daisy.
Oh, Daisy, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, since I didn't watch any of the fucking, like,
No, he's from
Garfield.
Django Unchained.
He's
From
from
Spider-Man.
Django.
Yeah, since nobody on Earth actually watched, like, the Amazing Spider-Man movies, like, no one would actually know or really care.
Yeah, I mean, that had, like, the infamous Hacksaw Hank actor.
Yeah. I mean, or how about, like, the, like, you know, fucking Lizard, who was, like, so rushed that even, like, fully bother, like, giving him a true ending for that movie.
But they also did that because they couldn't get the actor to show up.
Yeah. Completely shoehorned
That's why the
in.
ending scene of him,
Wait,
like,
what? They couldn't get him to
turning
show
back
up?
into human. Yeah, so the ending scene where, like, they cure him of the wizard shit is literally, like, the same scene from the fucking Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Really?
Like, they use, like, the same files, yeah, because they could. I think it was because of COVID, like, he couldn't fly to America because he was, like, in England, so they just had to fucking, like, CGI him in and, like, have him, like voice lines. That's also why Sandman is Sand the entire movie and never a human.
Well, isn't that guy, like, from the United States?
Yeah, but I don't know. They couldn't get him for some
Yeah, they
reason.
could-
They could get him to, like, voice lines, but they couldn't get him to, like, show
The
How
up.
come
rainy
he was
weather.
still
reason.
wearing, like, the same
Or
shirt?
the same.
and
Well, it's because
pants?
he had to be recognizable.
You know, Green Goblin didn't have to wear, like, the same shirt and pants.
Well, he wore the same
He
green
was
suit.
wearing the fucking goblin armor the entire time.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Yes, it was.
No.
He put a fucking, like, a cape over it, but it was still the same fucking green goblin
No,
armor.
he's wearing, like, a hoodie.
He's got a
Yeah,
hoodie.
he put a hood over the fucking goblin armor. He was still wearing the armor.
I think you're misremembering.
You're completely 100% wrong.
Data.
That
All this,
bitter.
all this technology. Like, all the villains see that, like, he's, like, curing them of all their shit. Like, he literally has this miracle replicator in his house that can just make whatever he wants.
He's got the
And-
Sierra Madre coin.
Yeah, like
machines.
that ass. Like, he has that in his house, you know, and he's like, oh, like, all of this technology. You know, but they still gotta, like, act up.
Yeah, but all of them were, like, also about to be sent back to the moment that they died. It's like, what difference does it make?
I don't know, maybe have some clarity in their lives.
That's why they all just, like, wanted to, like, stay there.
You know, couldn't they,
And,
like,
just reap
change
the benefits.
how they, like, because, like, didn't it, like, fix all of them? So they would have no reason to die in said universe?
But they all, like, they got transported to this universe when they died. That's why, like, fucking Doc Ock is talking about, like, he, like, remembers, like, the fucking thing going out of control and then, like, nothing. Or the same thing with, like, Electro, and he even says, like, oh shit, I died. Like, he fucking, like,
But that is, like, a little weird,
like,
though.
they all got transported back when they died.
Because I remember Doc Ock, when he mentions, like, what he was doing before he died, it was, like, before he came to the realization that, like, what he was doing was wrong. So, like, that would be even more fucked. Like, it
Ladies and
sends him...
gentlemen, stand back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow up the
Left
city.
the city. So now they send him back with a clear conscience, just for him to realize, like, now I gotta, like, fucking sacrifice myself
Kill
anyway.
myself.
Yeah.
I mean, he was gonna have the clear conscience to do it, so...
Yeah. Maybe they could have, like, used the machine, like, fix his one, like, horribly crooked tooth. I don't know if you, like, remember that. He had, like, one tooth that was practically, like, sticking out. Kind of, like, nasty.
Yeah, he had one of those, like, like one of those like boar teeth that was like growing up and out of his head, like back into his forehead the whole time, and like it was really like offsetting the entire movie.
It was like really upsetting. Those people in the audience like pointing and screaming and crying.
You have like old Snaggletooth.
You have like a narwhal tooth.
Every now and then you just hear Doc Ock start like groaning in pain as his tooth
He has like a really
pushes
bad
deeper into
toothache
his
like the whole
skull.
time.
Like, okay, that one part where they like, you know, like fucking Peter's using like the now machines, like fix him in place. He's like, get away from me! If you touch me, I swear. And then, like he touched him, he goes, ah. And like, did it work?
And then you just see like a wet spot like forming in his pants.
Like they realize like them putting like the new chip in his like spine didn't actually do anything. His tusk finally just like hit his brain and killed him.
What is he like? Solid snake or venom snake? Like he's got like the.
Or saying he has like the board tusk that's like growing incorrectly. It's like going back into his head.
It's like growing up into like growing out of his mouth and up into his skull.
That's like the narwhal tooth is like kind of funny because it's like not to dive into this one again, just to purely mention it. It's like the fucking like basking shark Batman thing.
Oh,
it's like
no.
he's like the wrong creature. Like he's it's like the wrong sea creature. He's got like the narwhal tooth, but he's Doc Ock. It's just like a really funny concept to me. It's like completely going in on like the wrong creature. Like if you have a Spider-Man was in like a fucking cockroach suit. Hey guys. But he still like zips around. Why do the webs like come out of his like hand? Should they come out of like his ass or something?
Did they like say that in the movie?
I don't know, did they?
I think they did.
Like, oh wow, you guys have to make your
It's
own
like a
web?
thing that,
and
like-
like then Toby
it's like
like
a
bends
joke that,
over and
like,
like
people
shoots it
have
at his
made.
like anus. As you see like his butt dilates and he
Like
shoots.
covers his mouth with it.
He says like, you guys have to make your own web? Watch this. He bends over and just like completely shits his pants. like the other Spider-Man just mouth completely dropped. Like, oh sorry. Like web's supposed to come out. Uncle Ben.
Oh, it's just my back.
You know, do they ever mention like
What?
Uncle Ben in like the Tom Holland Spider-Man? Like, is there ever an Uncle Ben?
Yeah, but he's dead.
Yeah,
I guess that just had no impact on.
No, he's in the first movie. Remember?
he's dead.
No.
It's kind of stupid to say remember because I doubt you do. It's the fucking
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
because like Peter goes to like buy fucking chocolate milk at a convenience store. And like the dickhead who's like running it is like oh like you don't have like enough money, and like you won't let him like just like take the fucking chocolate milk, and some dude shows up to rob it, and like Peter just kind of like lets him go, and the dude like throws some extra cash. He's like, here, like buy your chocolate milk, and like the dude like runs out, and then Peter like takes the chocolate milk, goes outside, and then the dude who just robbed the store just shot Uncle Ben in the street and like ran.
You're like not telling the truth. Like, there's no way that like
That is
that
100%
hysterical
what happens.
turn of events.
That is 100% what happens. I remember that because it was such like a fucking like funny thing.
If that's bad, you see what happens in the fucking like Andrew Garfield movies.
Who?
Oh wait, I was talking about Andrew Garfield.
No,
the whole time.
I specifically said Tom Holland Spider-Man. I was like, I don't remember that.
Yeah, but they're like, yeah, but I don't remember who Tom Holland is. No, Uncle Ben is like not in the fucking because like Aunt May is his
Yeah.
Uncle Ben.
Yeah,
That's
that's-
like he
it-
tells him like with great power comes great responsibility, and then dies.
Yeah, in the Tom Holland movies, like
Mr.
Uncle
Goblin.
Ben is like long dead. He like died of like pneumonia or something.
He like had AIDS.
Yeah.
and died.
Like
And now
Spider-Man
Peter's, like,
shot him.
constantly like looking over at his watch.
He's constantly looking over his shoulder, making sure Uncle Ben doesn't come back.
like, making sure that like Green Goblin doesn't come back.
Like so much trouble fighting him.
Fucking Green Goblin showed up in that universe and just decided to make it his mission to like ruin some random kid's life. Like,
he didn't even like. He shouldn't have had a problem with Spider-Man.
He's
Because,
also
like-
fucking insane.
Spider-Man.
You and I could rule this city, Spider-Man. Or we could just fight to the death.
If Spider-Man had like a gun in that instance, it probably would have been over.
What does Spider-Man
you know-
do?
Even though he's wearing like a fucking exosuit.
Yeah.
Like a military grade exosuit.
A good
Why did it
question
have to
though.
look
Like,
so stupid?
let's go see. Like he designed it to look Goblin-esque
Why?
because he was the Goblin.
Because he wanted to like fuck goblins.
Yeah.
Okay, I can consider that as a.
Now, like, what
Answer.
serum do you think was better, like the Goblin serum or like the Captain America serum?
Probably the Captain America serum,
What makes you think that?
because he didn't die in his first movie.
Well, if you put it like this, you know, Green Goblin technically didn't die. He's got teleported to the universe when he was about
You
to.
gotta remember that, you know, Green Goblin needs like the glider to go around. Captain America can just fly, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets like a spaceship almost, and then like everyone else gets like.
No, Captain America, like if he gets a running start, he can take off, kind of like Mario.
Yeah, he's like an albatross. He needs like
He
a
needs a
downward
runway.
hill with enough room to run.
I mean, it makes sense because you know in the older like
And then he can glide across the Pacific Ocean.
because it is in like the golden age of comics, you know, like he'd always have those little wings on the top of his helmet. Right?
Crazy.
And his armor always looked like scales because he was also like he could breathe underwater. The serum just like really, you could really do anything. Makes you think like why don't they just like, I don't know, get like another one of those?
What, another one of the
Oh,
serums?
apparently they did. If you've watched like any of the fucking movies,
Well, why don't they just like if that was so easy, why don't they just like make a bunch of Captain Americas?
they like did.
I must have forgot about that. I must have forgot about like the 100 Captain Americas. I was like beat the shit out of them. I forget. Like that's
I
that's
mean,
where all the
fucking-
Hydra agents were in the elevator. Just 100 like Captain
Did you-
America clones, just like sort of like strangling them.
We were talking
You know,
about Civil
yeah, we can do
War
this. I can do this all
earlier.
day. If anyone wants to-
Me first.
if anyone like to step out, step out.
You not remember the ending of Civil War when like they go to that like Russian bunker and like fucking like Zemo is just like, oh, like there's all these like Russian super soldiers in here and I
Doesn't
just
he, like-
killed them
doesn't-
all while they were sleeping.
I
Can't believe you
vaguely-
remembered that guy.
Yeah, I don't know how you remember that. All I remember at the end is like he tries to like kill himself, but then like Black Panther kicks him down the cliff or something.
Picks him down the cliff.
Black Panther shows up and says like, no, I'll do it for you, and kills him
Yeah.
himself.
And like the final shot of the movie was like fucking Black Widow crying over like woman things or something.
And I also made the mistake of watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like the fucking Disney Plus show.
Who the fuck would care
And that
about
whole
that
show
combo?
resolves around like some dude managed to like recreate the super soldier serum, and now there's like a terrorist group that has it, and like they like every one of their members is like a super soldier,
And I'm guessing that they all just like lose.
and their leader is like a 13-year-old girl
Ah,
who like doesn't have any muscle mass at all, but is like stronger than everyone for some reason.
like
so,
that.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. And yeah, they all lose. They all get killed.
And it is, let me guess, it's like an imperfect type of the serum.
No, it's literally like the same thing that they gave Captain America.
So why are they
It's
worse?
like perfect.
They just
Well,
didn't have the
Because
heart.
like the writers needed them to be.
Well, because they never say that super soldier serum is like perfect. Because like if you're not like a perfect person in general,
It amplifies
Yeah, like
all
that shit.
characteristics.
because like it makes fucking Red Skull like retarded or something. So
Makes them ugly.
But he had like the imperfect one. That's why his like face is all fucked up. Apparently.
I don't remember.
I thought he was like born like that.
He's born that way.
Yeah.
I was like, it would have been like fucking like 1800s. He probably would have been like stomped to death if he came out
He would've
looking
been,
like
would've been
that.
cast of the wolves. Crawled back.
And you're forgetting that he never looked like that because it was actually the dude from the movie theater the whole time.
Right. Fucking movie theater fiasco. It's like, come on. That was like funny too, because like he was definitely like being like irrational about it to begin with. like maybe if it was like something stupid or if it was like really taking a while, but it was like it had been on for like 10 seconds and he's screaming as if he's been there all day, like, come on, what's the hold up, come on. Captain like turns like, hey, can you like chill out, man, shut up, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you.
And he proceeds to beat
I'm
the
gonna
fuck
kill
out of him.
you, and like he jumps at Captain
Yeah,
America.
he
with
lunges
both
at him like
hands
fucking
outstretched.
Palpatine. He grabs him by the throat.
He does like the spin towards him. I mean, they could do that now because, you know, like, Disney owns Star
Yeah.
Wars.
He grabs him by the ankles and lets out the Bowser. He starts spinning around. So long, gay Bowser. He fucking sends Captain America hurtling to like the movie screen. And that'd be like the first fight of the movie. That would have been so good. Bucky gets there and he doesn't even know where to start. Like there's just like this superhero fight happening already. It's like so one-sided. Like Captain America was already dead, like on like the neck lunge. Like now he's just like getting his body thrown around the fucking movie theater while people are like standing and like clapping. It's a shame. I don't even like remember any other moments as dumb as that to like make fun of the other movies with. I don't even know how I remembered that scene to begin with. I've seen that movie like once.
Wait, which movie? What are we talking about right now? I was like completely
Fucking
zoned out.
goldfish.
Blanked out. Like you're frozen on the fucking ice.
Yeah, you know, for like 80 years and still fine.
Yeah. Or that part at the beginning of whatever fucking like one it was where he's like on your left. On your left. He's like running around like stupid DC like on your left.
Literally like the second movie.
Yeah,
He like
on your left.
trips him.
On your left. Like what happens is like it starts getting faster, like exponentially. Like it
Is
stops
he like
doing
the
like
Flash?
yeah, like he stops doing jump cuts and it's just like on your left, on your left, on your left.
You
on your
know,
left.
is there like a fast person on for like Marvel?
Yeah, it's
Quicksilver.
And they already killed him.
Oh yeah, they killed him in like Age of Ultron, right? Like he was like the first dude to
yeah.
go
His,
down.
I remember his sister, like whoever it was, had like huge tits.
Yeah, fucking that's like one of the
Yeah, they've
Olsen
been getting like,
twins.
progressively smaller.
Oh, how do
every
they do
movie.
that?
They stopped giving her a push up, bro.
Yeah, she was like rocking that the whole movie.
And like her outfit doesn't like show her cleavage
Now,
anymore.
okay,
so-
now my question is because I like
Bad bitch in like the Doctor Strange movie.
I can only like vaguely remember like Age of Ultron. Why the fuck did he lift that fake like Balkan nation 100 feet off the ground?
Because he was gonna try to blow up the whole world or something with it.
He was gonna use it as an asteroid to like wipe out humanity.
He lifted it like a mile off the ground. If he dropped that, that wouldn't
So it
have
was
done
gonna go
anything.
Yeah,
higher. It was supposed to
it
go
was-
higher.
Like, oh, we gotta break it right
Remember
now.
they
and, like,
stopped it?
Yeah, we gotta break it
We're
right
gonna
now.
stop
Or
it
it's
right
gonna,
now,
it's
or
gonna
else
like
it's
blow up
gonna,
the whole
like-
Earth.
Why did he need to?
I'm
Why
Iron
did he need to
Man.
like do it with that? Why couldn't he have just like gone and got an
excuse
actual
me?
asteroid?
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
excuse me.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember like two useless parts of that movie. Like the one where they're inside of like that ship talking to those people that made like no impact on the movie. Like remember that?
Actually, it did make an impact on the
Oh
movie.
yeah, what was it?
That Ultron got the fucking vibranium that he needed to make his like new body.
I was like, you have no business like knowing that. That was like such a useless point. All I remember is like fucking like the entirety of the Avengers like trying to like get there in time. Remember the part where he's like trying to like
And then they
argue.
get there and they like all lose.
Yeah, they all
because
lose.
Wanda just like makes them like lose their minds for some reason, and then Hulk happens.
Yeah.
Go to sleep. That's where fucking go to sleep.
Yeah, go to sleep. It's like the only good part of the whole fucking movie.
That is a big factor right there. The rest of the movie's like not good.
It is shit.
Really
It's
boring.
like the whole movie reminds me of like the ending of like the first Avengers movie where they're all fighting those like nondescript alien soldiers that you could never get a good look at because they're always like motion blurred in every scene that they're like fighting the Avengers in. That's how I felt watching all of like the robots like attack fucking like them in that stupid little like burnt out church or whatever. You couldn't tell what was happening. It's like horrible fucking like cinematography. But I do remember the one part where like they finally got like Ultron. He's like, well, you know, the one thing, and then Hulk just like like sends him flying like a million miles away. Yeah, that movie sucked ass. Should just like kill them all. All right, I'm just gonna pop the Jonestown like Kool-Aid.
It's so over. I'm not gonna live to see the end of the world. I'm killing myself right now.
I'm not gonna be on the hook for that.
I unsolved the ice problem. I'll see you guys later. It like flies straight up.
Okay, it's like the fucking, like, you know, Winter Soldier, and they're trying to find out who bombed like the fucking Sokovian Accords or whatever, and they finally get like that one CCTV like screenshot, and it zooms in, just fucking Iron Man.
I'm not
like,
gonna rap for that.
He's like wearing a hoodie, like looking at the camera.
With like the bomb in his hands.
With the bomb in his hands.
And it was like actually him too. Like it wasn't someone pretending to be him. Like he thought he could get away with it.
If there's one thing I remember, like, from that movie, it was how strangely realistic the playback footage of Bucky like killing Iron Man's like parents looked.
Yeah, it was like very like high res.
Yeah, it's just like they actually had him kill
of course they did.
People.
It's just for some reason like the footage looked like uncannily like real. As if like nothing about it was like
set
CG.
up a CCTV in the woods and had him fucking drive out there and kill two random people driving that day.
What CCTV security cameras like constantly like surveilling
in the middle of a
in the middle of the
forest.
sticks. Like crazy, and
especially because like that's supposed to be like the 1970s.
Yeah, like where the fuck was that? And then, you know, Captain America's like pummeling Iron Man, and then like he bashes his heart in with his shield, and he reaches in with his hand and fucking pulls it out and eats it.
And like eats it.
He fucking steals his heart.
Yeah, and then finally, instead of like driving the shield into his heart, he just drives it right on his like helmetless head and chops his fucking neck right clean through. He like lifts it up like by the hair and he starts screaming. That's how the movie ends. Like it cuts back to like, you know, the fucking guy is like, I just wanted the Avengers to fight each other. Now watch this, and he swan dives off the cliff.
Ocelot dives.
Yeah.
Now check this out.
Another bad movie.
That shield. You don't deserve it. My father made it. You don't deserve it. That's when Captain America just like breaks it over his knee.
He breaks
it.
Yeah, that's when he just like he throws it at the wall. It perfectly bounces off like all four corners, then like domes himself and like knocks him out. Don't try this at home.
Hits him in the nape of the neck and kills him.
Like fucking throws his head back, and the whiplash snaps like every vertebra in his fucking spine. It's like, Bucky didn't mean to murder your parents in cold blood. I don't care. Civil War.
I did.
Yeah, I did.
Avengers.
Avengers assemble. Like everyone's there. Like there's another Captain America, like Hulk, Thanos.
That's another one, like.
Avengers.
Yeah,
Beat
how
'em
come they
up.
like stole the storyline from Man vs. Machine?
Yeah, the fucking completely unique story of like two groups teaming up to fight the greater threat.
No, because they were literally fighting robots. Remember?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Avengers is so bad. Gotta have them all like die, but like for real. It's like who's left alive?
It'll be like SEAL Team 6, like how like every member that killed Osama bin Laden like mysteriously died like within like the months after. Like just like one by one, all of the actors for the Avengers to start like dying off.
Like who canonically is like left alive in the Avengers?
Like Thor. Like are you talking about like of the original crew?
I guess so.
It's just like Thor,
Hawkeye,
Hulk, and Hawkeye, I think.
I mean, Captain America's
What about
still alive. He's
Spider-Man?
just old. He's not an original Avenger.
Oh, he doesn't count in there. And I forgot now that like, he's like swapped the world around. Like nobody knows he's Spider-Man anymore.
Hey, Beta.
Even though it would have been like a really easy fix. Like that was another situation, like that part where he's just like he keeps adding shit on like Doctor Strange, like listen, oh, can you also give me like a huge penis? And can you also make me like 7'2"? Like, all right, listen, I can't do this all at once, kid. Like you do it one more time, you're gonna ruin the world. Oh, can I also get like a grape soda? crazy. Like no one would do that. It's like telling you what to do. But like no, he's gotta like act irrational to drive the plot. I like hate that kind of writing.
Man, that's like most plots, honestly.
It doesn't have to be like that.
It's like the plot for every horror movie. Like everybody just has to act as irrational as possible.
Yeah, maybe if it's like supposed to be like kind of like a funny horror movie, you know, but no.
All right, we done here?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Jeez, I didn't realize we're that bored, but
We got an hour, like we got an hour 15 in or
I
whatever.
really have to piss, so yeah, we honestly probably should